Hey guys, it's that time of year to gift yourself the subscription of a brand new VPN. And I've got the perfect one for you. It's Surfshark.
Look, at the holiday times, we spend so much time in front of the TV watching our favorite Christmas movies. Now, who is Netflix to tell you that you cannot watch all your favorite Christmas movies, right? Especially
Nobody.
when they're
That's
available in the EU or Australia or South America. Look, I paid for Netflix. I want to watch all of Netflix, and with Surfshark, we can do that.
And not only that, we also compared it to other VPNs, and this is the best bang for your buck.
Unlimited devices, 24/7 customer support, a 30-day money-back guarantee, and they don't keep your data logs. They don't care what you do, okay,
whatever
guys?
you want.
Do whatever you want.
want.
It's your internet with a VPN. Guys, get Surfshark now by using our exclusive deal, which is right now actually going to get you 83% off a 2-year plan with 4 extra months free. Thank you so much, Surfshark, and thank you to you guys. Enjoy the video. Hey, guys, welcome to the spoiler section. So, fair warning. Motherfucking YouTube fucking spoiled this goddamn film before I got a chance to see it. Pissed me off. I was just randomly going through looking for Skip and Shannon, and on my fucking feed was a cam of the goddamn all 3 Spider-Mans. I was like, motherfucker. And I said, you fucking bitch. I didn't fucking subscribe to anything that's like that, so I fucking deleted that right away. Not interested in this channel. And then later on, I was just scanning another one, and then and another one popped up. I'm like, man, the YouTube algorithm is fucked when it comes to that kind of shit.
That scene got ruined for me. I think it was somebody in chat. They're like, "Oh, there's they got edited out." There's like the 3 of them were there, and you could see it on this trailer. I was like, well, thanks for that.
Well, I know that less because we all kind of sussed that out.
Yeah.
Okay,
Look,
but I'm talking about like literal fucking screen spoilers that it bothers the shit out of me. Anyways, obviously, the Spider-Man are in the film, okay? Andrew Garfield, worst kept secret in the business. Yeah. Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are both in the film, and they fucking deliver.
I wanted more screen time.
Me
Their
too.
little banter
They're
back and forth.
so good.
Like it was great. I fucking love their chemistry together. It was.
What
I wanted more.
An amazing, and the audience was really into it. Like, so at some point, Peter's at the lowest of low because a moment happens. We'll talk about it in a minute. But Ned is getting his own kind of cool stuff. Ned has a little bit of magic in his fingers. He's able to figure out how to, or just inherently have the power to open up portals because he stole a little bit of Doctor Strange's portal opener.
Brass knuckles.
And so he's like, we got to find Peter Parker. And we see Peter Parker, and I'm so fucking stupid because initially I didn't see it coming. I was like, oh, but when he's walking towards, I was like, oh, fuck, this is how they're going to do it.
Yeah, I was like, that's not his suit.
And anyway, he jumps in, and he jumps in. I was like, oh, my God. And then immediately with the comedy, because it's like, who the fuck are you? You're not our Peter Parker. You're not even Spider-Man. And MJ's like, prove it. And he's like, he just goes up,
He's holding on.
just with his fingertips, he's holding onto the ceiling with his feet levitating off the ground. Just, that's not enough. You got to crawl around. He's like, this is not enough. Just fucking great fucking scenes. And then
Yeah, like the scene where she's like throwing bread, and it's like, well, are your spidey sense not tingling? Like, well, it's bread.
Not
It's
for
really
bread.
for
But it's not that sensitive.
Yeah.
Spider. I loved it. It was just everything appropriate. And then the
Yeah.
grandma in there, and Ned's grandma, and she's like, could y'all fucking clean up the cobwebs and clean, because they start using their cobwebs in the house. And then he does it again, looking for Peter Parker, and then it's Tobey Maguire, and he comes in, and he's not wearing the suit. And later on, Andrew Garfield makes a comment about it. He's like, "Are you gonna go into battle dressed as the cool
Youth pastor.
He's like, and he shows that he's got the suit on. I was like, oh my God, I fucking love it. I half expected Tobey Maguire to be like, oh my God, I had to run all the way here. I'm out of breath because I had to beat a grandma for these beats. Some kind of throwback to that. But they do some great throwbacks and play around with the universes. They make big jokes about Tobey Maguire's organic web shooters.
Yeah.
Like, what? That is... Oh, it's so annoying for us to have to make these things, and then later on it's like gross.
You make it inside your body.
Yeah,
Does it come
one
out
of them gets
anywhere
hit. I did not think that they go there, but they went there. They did went there, implying Spider-Man has an O face and another. No, that's said no, no. And just some great throwbacks. Because they're all describing to our Tom Holland version of Spider-Man. What loss they experienced because why?
My girlfriend died.
That's right. But I don't know if she's your girlfriend, but she did die. Aunt May passes away in this film.
Fucking Green Goblin killed her.
Yeah. And it's all her fucking fault. Aunt May is a fucking idiot. See, this is my cynical side. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Take care of these people. Send them back to their fucking universes. That's what's right for them. That's what's going to help them, right? I was totally on Doctor Strange's team.
There is no team other than Doctor Strange's team.
Right? Of morals and look, in the grand scheme of the multiverse, you can't save everybody because Peter has such a fucking good heart.
Well, he's stupid.
From Aunt May's suggestions
She's
as
stupid.
well. She's very stupid. That you need to save these people. That's what we're here to do. She works at a fucking homeless kitchen kind of thing, and she's like, let's rehabilitate these people who are mass murderers. And we'll rehabilitate him in one day or some bullshit. It's like that doesn't. It's like, you fucking annoying optimist. Yes, I get it, and it's what a hero should do, right? And yes, because it did win me over.
No,
and I do believe at the end that it's something that Spider-Man would attempt to do. At least a younger version of Spider-Man, a more naive and version of Spider-Man. Now, do I agree with it? No, because it's incredibly stupid, and look what fucking happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's the
Aunt
thing
May is dead because of Aunt May and Peter Parker's dumb decision to try to rehabilitate villains in a night.
Doctor Strange was done incredibly dirty in this movie. He's the worst part of this movie. Every scene that he's in this movie is bad or leads up to things that are bad. He tries to mind wipe the entire world of the existence of Spider-Man in mid-casting. So I thought that they would try to explain this better. They didn't.
They tried to. He said, wait a minute. You made me brainwash the entire world, and you didn't even call the college to see if they changed their mind. And it's like, but that doesn't make it better because are you saying that because the college, if the college, he did call the college and they said, no, we will not make up our minds, you will brainwash the world anyway?
He made him stop the spell because he wanted MJ and Ned to remember him instead of just going, hey, MJ, I'm Spider-Man, Ned, I'm Spider-Man.
Multiple people, yeah.
Four.
Yep. It was,
the
crux of the thing, the whole thing.
That's the whole film.
Is built on.
He felt like one of those episodes,
dumbassery.
like a movie from a wish message, oh, your wish is granted. But
and
then
he's still doing
that. Would have been way better.
It's the bumbling thing.
Yeah, and then every opportunity that Doctor Strange is in there, when he says, "Look, we have to send these back because trillions of people over across all of the multiverses, the multiverse can crack and explode and do all these crazy things. We have to send these people back to die." And he's like, "I don't want these people to die." It's like, listen, moron.
Yeah.
Trillions of people can die.
So Alex is right, and as much as it'll probably piss off some fans and
Grow
they're
up.
writing angry comments, it does seem like Doctor Strange's character is done a little dirty here to make that plot point possible, because consider everything that this motherfucker has learned over his own film, over the Avenger films, and the extremely great responsibility of his powers. And how do they explain it here? They don't really. I hope maybe in the Multiverse of Madness they do. They do touch on it that he's not the Sorcerer Supreme. It's actually Benedict Wong now has the Sorcerer Supreme powers through a technicality because he was gone. And he's kind of doing a Thor thing. He's not getting fat, but he's kind of down on himself and, I don't know, being irresponsible, I guess, with his powers.
Because what is it? Endgames. He's like, I've been through every universe. This is the right path.
14 million
and
iterations.
Then what you don't see, this is a bad idea.
Yeah. Especially while he's changing it and they're doing it. But it's played for laughs.
Yeah.
It is. something that we have obviously
Doctor
easily
Strange
accepted
would
since
never
we
do that.
gave the film 10 out of 10. But we still need to talk about it, especially first reaction.
Well, I shit on Endgame for the same reason. It's like, look, the time travel in Endgame is stupid. I still think I gave that movie a 10. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
It's the weakest part of the film, and it didn't need to be the weakest part of the film. And that's the same thing here. This could have been strengthened up pretty easily. And this isn't even the only one. The end part of the film with like a new spell. Every time Doctor Strange comes in, it's just...
I totally buy it if it was the Doctor Strange from the first Doctor Strange film as he's training and learning and still has that cocky arrogance to him, right?
Yeah.
And I still understand it if it was a younger version of Peter Parker, and this one is younger, but, you know, even younger than this. And then we have like a tone of the film that's guy, and it works.
I like the idea of a Wishmasters type thing where Doctor Strange is using an artifact he doesn't quite understand, but then there are hidden consequences.
Yes.
Not that he's just a fucking idiot, because in this movie, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you would have wrote it to where he didn't realize that there was...
Because he's still learning.
There's something riding on this.
Yeah, and then
And
something...
they could have teased that from Multiverse of Madness.
It could have been explained so much better. And if all Doctor Strange had to do is be like, look, these guys have to die, otherwise everyone here can die. And then maybe I would have bought more on it. And look, it's a nitpick that I'm making. I love this movie. You should go see it.
Yeah.
But I want Spider-Man movies to be good, and this one was so close to being perfect.
Okay, and so then we move on from that point, and he fucks up the thing, which shatters the spell becomes extremely unstable, but he's actually able to contain it. Unfortunately, before he was able to contain it, little things leaked out. And this pace, I expected it to move a lot slower. It moved a lot faster, and it had to move fast because it contains so much stuff. So, like, almost instantly where, you know, they didn't make MIT. This whole weak reason that Spider-Man's like, well, I understand why he does it, because, look, his identity is revealed. He's ruining his friend's life, and so he's going to go and ask Doctor Strange, but Doctor Strange is, nope, and close the door in his face kind of thing. But anyway, the movie's got to go on, and we have to have a film. So we do this kind of thing. If it was written a little better, it would work. But then instantly we have the villains. As Spider-Man is trying to convince this MIT recruiter to let his friends in, that's when Doc Ock comes. Great, fantastic fight here. At one point is able to kill Peter Parker, if not for Iron Man's suit, which manages to save him, which surprises Doc Ock, and to the point where he's like, you're not my Peter Parker. And this really fucking interesting thing that happens there. And let me talk about Doc Ock's character, because I fucking loved his character from the original film, Sam Raimi's version. And I've always wanted to see him as a good guy, because, you know, he was a good guy until the fucking chip malfunctions and that fucks his brain up. And we finally get to see Peter Parker repair that chip with help and rehabilitate him. And it does work for Doc Ock because it was simply a chip that was turning him crazy, and in fact helps him multiple times throughout the film. I just really, really love that. That's something I've always wanted to see, and we got to see
They did well by a lot of the bad guys here, right? So I think Jamie Foxx was
for one.
Jamie Foxx got a really good turnaround here. Like, there was more for the character to do. He wasn't like weird and blue, and so and I think Willem Dafoe always kills it, but he did so well in this. Like, his fights were great.
Yeah.
William Dafoe could carry this film as the villain himself, and he does.
He did.
Yeah.
He really did. So he shows up as Doc Ock is realizing this, and but they're instantly pulled out because Doctor Strange is already with a plan on how to contain these things. Now, it's sad that we don't really get to see Lizard in his story. You're saying... I was thinking you're referring to the one villain that got kind of screwed over was Lizard.
No, I was thinking like the Sandman's motive. I don't understand that.
Okay, let's talk about that in a second. I thought you meant Lizard. Lizard, I think, was fair to keep in the background because there's so many of them, right? I like the fact that, look, Doctor Strange, while you were doing this shit, Doctor Strange is actually doing his shit because he's realizing he fucked up and he's containing Lizard Man. You can say he's beat up, so he definitely had some kind of battle with the Lizard. They've got Doc Ock contained, but before you're able to engage in battle with Green Goblin, they get pulled to there. And then he's explaining, this is what we have to do. And it makes him feel uncomfortable, Spider-Man uncomfortable, because, Doctor Strange lets slip, like, these people are going to go back to their universes in which they die. They're fucking dead. Some are already dead. Some are will die. And that doesn't sit well with Peter, and it doesn't obviously sit well with his aunt and the villains. Yeah, because
I don't want to die.
we do get some of that too, which I fucking really like. I'm like, yes, you're right. I will help you, and I believe them.
I was like, either we die or we
do
help
this.
you.
So, and they're all fucking genius scientists in themselves. So I bought that. I didn't buy that you would let them all out at one time. That's not very fucking smart. Maybe let one or two out, and then you work on it together. But no, the dumbasses let everybody out, and simultaneously they work.
He doesn't need to let any of them out
on curing each other. Right? Yeah, I guess they could work from their fucking.
They didn't even work. Most of them didn't do. They sat there and did nothing.
Yeah,
Sandman didn't help. Lizardman didn't help.
Sandman's not a scientist. Lizardman is
hung out in the truck.
Hung out in the truck, did nothing. Why did they leave him in the truck? That kind of flew over my
head.
head.
They didn't want him to like walk into a building.
Like, was it a throwaway line I missed? Like, you stay here.
No,
they said that he didn't want to leave the truck. That's what they said.
That's it.
Okay.
They left him in the truck. They could have.
So Peter could have done everything at home by himself, and then he could just push the doodad through.
No. I don't buy that he do everything by himself. I do think that I like the fact that the genius of Octavius, the genius of Norman Osborn, and Spider-Man, and other, everybody working together.
It was mainly just Norman and Spider-Man.
Because Octavius refused to help under any circumstance.
Because
he was being a dick. Yeah. After that,
else,
he did help for Norman Osborn in order to get Osborn. So they all help. Anyways, but it's dumb to let them all help as one. But
yes.
Okay. Fuck. I lost my train of thought. Somebody pick it up.
Okay. So my thing was with Sandman. Like, he helps him out whenever they first meet. He's like, well, I'm going to help you out because he has a daughter he wants to go back home to. And then he sees them curing Dr. Octavius. Is like, okay, well, I want to return to my world and be cured
with my daughter.
Yeah, but then some goes crazy and he's like, yeah, let's be evil. It's like, why? Why?
Oh, you're right. I didn't see the switch over to. I didn't understand.
They were trying to help
At
you.
one
You
point,
see them cure him.
Yeah.
You don't want to return to your daughter as a Sandman. You
right.
Want to be
so
a man.
At one point, I thought because you see the transformation of Electro. He was never fully on board. He was thinking about it, but he was also thinking about saying, "Fuck this! I love this." Right. So when he busts out and he started doing, I thought actually Sandman was circling him to stop him, but no, he just fucking leaves.
Wait,
or escapes.
Just give me
a
line or something for that one.
Yeah.
Maybe that's on the cutting room floor, but bad because that got lost in translation.
We also watch Spider-Man almost die. We watch his aunt die on television, and they have the button to stop all of it, and then they don't press it, and that kind of bothers me.
Yeah, so you're talking about Ned and MJ were entrusted with the box in front of all the villains. With Spider-Man is like, she's like, I'm gonna push this button. They're like, Ned, she'll push that button.
Yeah.
And they're like, we believe you. Would you push the button?
Yeah.
If something goes wrong, I'm gonna push the button. She never pushed the button.
Happy's building explodes. You see Peter almost die on TV. He's cut up and bloody.
We have to assume that the newscast didn't actually show fucking,
They show him
actual death of her.
They were there before the fight starts. They were there literally before the fight starts.
Like, hey, we're here already. Like,
and if your boyfriend is in the room with all the villains and all of a sudden the building explodes, you hit that fucking button.
Well, people are very stupid in the film. One, I would not believe that 50-50 would be like, fucking Mysterio is right.
Yeah.
And we believe him over Spider. I do believe some people, because there's fucking idiots in today's world.
A couple years ago, I wouldn't believe it. I believe that 100% now.
Okay, I have to take it back because fucking morons and the QAnon and people thinking Trump was going to run with JFK, who's fucking dead. Okay,
he's coming back.
And they were waiting in Dallas for him. Yeah, so you're right. There are stupid fucking people that will believe conspiracy theories. And they make fun of it a little bit. What are you, a conspiracy theorist? Like, don't listen to him. He's a conspiracy theorist. Because Peter actually tries to live in a world where it's like for 5 minutes, but he tries to live in a world where he's been exposed, and obviously it's not working, adding to the whole thing where, his school is like half of the school likes him and then half hate him, but he's just a spectacle. Everybody's phones are out all the fucking time.
Stark won't give him a job.
Just showing that if Spider-Man was revealed, he couldn't live his life the way he was living his life. So that gives him reason to go to Doctor Strange. But anyways, so eventually, the villains here, help me out here, because there's a scene with Green Goblin who is talking to his mask because, he's a tortured character, and he breaks his mask, moves on. We think at that point that he's moved on from his evil persona. Now, was he evil the whole fucking time?
No.
He goes off screen. Here's what I'm thinking. He either goes off screen and then you're left to assume that he's good up until the moment he betrays. But I think when he goes off screen, something else happens and he still has his evil persona, which then rears its head. It's not like it was an instant turn in that moment.
It was. There's a line that he says, I was watching behind the eyes of this coward.
Okay, that's right.
And
I
so
remember that
the
line.
Spider-Man senses switch immediately when Green Goblin switches
like,
over.
something's wrong.
So here's what I didn't understand, and I missed it because I was looking at a different part of the screen. I was up real close. Tell me if y'all remember it. So the instant that he realizes that Green Goblin is bad, he fires a web shooter at him, and it hits something. What the fuck did he hit?
His hand.
No, he's holding something too, though.
I thought it was like was it a cloaked hovercraft, or he was holding some kind of black...
It looked like it was either the lamp or the robot. And it puts his hand so he can't move. I think he was just like securing him to a spot.
Okay, I thought he brought something where he was going to attack everybody with, but maybe, no, he just felt he was uneasy, something's wrong, boom. And then when he did that, that's when Green Goblin revealed him. He was like, ha, 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 yeah. He's just such a great actor, such a great persona, the Green Goblin. It works so well in this instance, making me believe that I totally would want a Sinister Six movie with these actors. Don't fucking recast him with other people. I want like a Sinister Six with these guys.
He did a lot of his own stunts, and there were some really cool fight scenes between the two.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't look like he's aged very much. He looks almost the way
I think he's always kind of looked a little old, so now that he's older, he just still kind of looks
like
looks
that
the
in
same.
high school.
Yeah. So
Like Morgan Freeman.
I just fucking love the writing. I love the dialogue. I love the jokes from the villains, from the Spider-Man. There's so many genuine moments between all the Peter Parkers explaining their backstories. Here's what really got to me. I wanted to talk about the emotional moments. The Gwen.
That was the only. I was actually upset. I didn't really feel anything for
There
him.
was one other. Oh yeah, I actually didn't feel anything from May either.
But that the Gwen scene was good.
I think it was just because
really
y'all,
good.
you're like, you deserve it for being dumb. That was your mindset.
Yeah, it
that was
probably
your
was a
mindset.
little bit. No, I did feel. I remember it. I was mad at her at first, but then I did feel it like when he saw the blood, and then he's like, "It's gonna be okay. Everything's fine."
Yeah.
That kind of
No,
explaining to somebody that you love intensely that that they're gone, and
Yeah,
you don't
they're
tell
gone,
them.
yeah.
That got to me, and then what got to me is there's an explosion at some point in the or somebody slips. MJ slips, and she's falling in the same way that Gwen fell in Andrew Garfield's version. And obviously, Tom Holland Spider-Man goes to save her. He fucking gets hit by Green Goblin, and luckily, Andrew Garfield's version of Spider-Man is there to save her, and boom!
Spider-Man
And
number 3.
got her. And wow, what a triumphant moment. The audience goes crazy. I went crazy. I was like, that feels so fucking good because our man Spider-Man got done dirty in that film. But I'm not saying it shouldn't have happened in that film. It should have. Spider-Man heroes should go through these tragic moments. But to get this kind of redemption moment is just fucking awesome, and it was.
Oh
amazing.
yeah, then he had those tears
That
in
made
his
me
eyes.
fucking.
He's like,
Oh,
"Are you
yeah,
okay?"
it
He's
was-
like,
it was
"Are
Like
you
I
okay?"
was crying.
No, that's
Like,
good. It's a good scene.
That was a
It
great
really,
scene.
really good
my
scene.
eyes teared up alongside Andrew
was good.
Garfield's. So, just because I love these Spider-Man characters, Andrew Garfield's a little less, but I've always liked him, himself. The shit that surrounded him, and you can even tell he was kind of third, treated it. He's
They
like,
call him
well, you
Spider-Man
get to
3."
fight. You get to fight aliens. I want
It's
to
like,
fight
"Well, I'm a
aliens.
loser." It's like Toby's like, no, man, you're not a loser.
You're amazing. You're
an
amazing Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I like those
I loved
scenes.
it.
It's
Oh,
like
it's
that's why I
great.
kind of wanted more of that.
That shit's where it went to 11, and it brings
Yeah.
up the rest of the other
Yep.
stuff to bring us to the
Oh,
10.
yeah.
So, anyways, okay. So then eventually the 3 Spider-Men come together.
Start
First
curing
it's Peter. Another sad scene. I think it was Peter by himself, just crying. He's this is a young kid that just lost his family, the last family, right? And he's already, and you feel so bad for him because he went through a loss already with Tony Stark, and you just feel bad for him. And so his friends come and hug him. And you can see it in his face. He's like, "Wait a minute, how the fuck y'all get here?"
Well, he feels that the other Spider-Man are there, and he freaks out. His spider senses are tingling.
It's so cool to see him hop down, and then, but again, good character moment. He's like, "Yeah, but I don't care anymore." You know what I mean? And you believe it. It's like my fucking, yeah, exactly. If your mom or dad had died, you're like, I don't fucking care.
I'm gonna kill him.
I'm a president, but you're
kill
all
him
going
first,
on.
and then push the button.
But he's such a nice person. He's like, I want to apologize to y'all, etc. For dragging you into this, but you're going home. But luckily, when he gives her to MJ's like, and hear him out, and then they get the story, and then you get the great power comes great responsibility, which I think made it through all 3 films, or was there a missing link in the Amazing Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield? Did they never say it in the Andrew Garfield? I hope they did, because then that would make a cool little thing where great responsibility. So like where they lost their uncles, Spider-Man here loses Aunt May, and don't let her death be for nothing. This is what she wanted to do. Let's fucking honor her in that way. And honestly, this is the right fucking thing to do, Alex, because if these Spider-Man would have been able to do it, and they eventually did do it, and that's what makes it even more great, that they helped to fucking rehabilitate and do these things, and then send these villains back to their universes, because at the end, they're able to redo the spell through a technicality where if everybody forgets Peter Parker is Spider-Man, they don't forget about Spider-Man. They forget about Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Then everything is fine. But that includes his girlfriend, his best friend. So it's sad for him and everything. But that's a small price.
I don't even think
small
Aunt
price to
May
pay.
would agree that you risk all of the multiverses coming to this one to be worth these villains who literally are murdering evil villains. Is like the right thing to do.
Yeah, it's a little there, but it's like I just love the fact that they were able to rehabilitate some of them and send them back by the end. So they fight Lizard Man, Sandman, and Electro initially.
Green Goblin.
We were correct in the fact that it's like this. The composition of this scene doesn't seem right.
Yeah,
you just feel it because. We put together images and things.
It's like Spider-Man is way too high. These are too.
And then there's all these other villains jumping in.
Too much empty space over here.
So eventually they have a plan where they attack together. It's great. They're fucking throwing things back and forth. Great battles and stuff.
Teamwork. They're not used to it.
They fight their own villains. They swap. They're fighting the villains from other Spider-Mans and eventually they best Lizard Man, holding him in place with some webs. Sandman, they are able to. Toby's version is fighting him in the head of the Statue of Liberty,
all the way to the top.
And I think it's Tom Holland or Andrew Garfield that throws the thing to. Well, they all bounce off each other, and cure Sandman, and so he's like. Cured.
Again, I don't know why he was attacking them. They just wanted to
doesn't
help
make
him.
sense.
Yeah.
He does.
He wants
shows
the cube.
up and says
He wants
something.
he wants
He's
to go
like, give
home.
me the cube, Peter.
Because he wants to go home.
Right.
To his daughter. I was like, okay,
Then
they're
you
gonna
should be
cure
helping.
you.
Yeah, you should be helping the Spider-Man. That's
because Jamie Foxx was trying to
thing
blow up the box.
that was not addressed to our satisfaction. I hope it's on the cutting room floor.
Again, yeah, so I'm saying just little nitpicks here and there. For
And
me.
Jamie, you understand Jamie because he likes the power he has.
Oh,
he
yeah,
likes
yeah.
the arc reactor from Stark's technologies.
Yeah, the temptation's there, so I get that.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
And they take him down by
Doc Ock.
Doc Ock takes him down.
Oh, that's
Yes.
good, right? So
The old switcheroo.
last minute, Doc comes and you're like, okay, he's
I was like,
but
oh,
I knew he was already
no,
good at that
his
point
chip
because
is
of what was going on.
fried because of the electricity.
Like, what you doing, man?
Psych.
It's like, and he grabs his shit and rips his shit off instead of the Spider-Man, and I was like, yes. But then that's when we have the Green Goblin show up laughing, and of course he's very cunning, very guile. He gets the cube away from them, but then they get the cube back. But Green Goblin, my fucking instant reflexes, knows that they're gonna get the cube back. Plants a little bomb there, boom, blows everything up. That leads to that other scene,
with all the
with
purple.
yeah. Just fucking great. And then eventually in the fight, our Spider-Man, Tom Holland, is isolated with Green Goblin, and he's fucking pissed. He is brawling, just beating the fuck out of him. And it was a great battle, dude. Just love that. He's like, now we're talking.
Oh, yeah. You could tell he was out for fucking blood because he punches down like the fucking indention he made in that metal.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yeah, he's looking to kill. I was
And
like,
Green
that's
Goblin
a great scene.
and just
he's like, yes, do it.
maniacally, Green Goblin was totally into it. He's like,
Yeah.
let's fucking do this. And it was just every swing. I was like, I was into it. And then obviously,
That's
Green
why I was
Goblin
like,
goes down.
because whenever I thought of that, then like you see the little figure of the Emperor is like, yeah, strike me down. I was like, all right,
Yeah,
I
later
see
on
it.
at the end. In fact, that's Electro's must be into Legos because he's like, I got one question. Are those your Legos over there?
That's a Death Star. I mean, that shit is now worth like $1,000.
I know.
want it.
And that shit broke.
I want
They
it.
broke it.
I'll put it together.
Anyways, so so yeah, he manages. He's not rehabilitated, and so he's beating his ass, and he's about to kill him. Tom Holland like grabs his fucking hoverboard, which has massive spikes on it. And he does. He literally brings it down. And if it weren't for Tobey Maguire, I love that he gets this moment because he's the original, and I fucking love him. He's my favorite Spider-Man over Tom Holland.
Oh, yeah.
So he stops him, and he's looking at him, and they're looking at each other, and they have that understanding. Of
He's
what
got the
doing
look
and all
whenever he was holding the bus. He had the same look.
he doesn't have that bug eye look.
No.
No.
No, he did not.
Come on.
Anyways, he manages to stop him, but motherfucking Green Goblin, still being maniacal as fuck, stabs him. And I thought to myself for a moment, I was like, oh, fuck, I didn't see that coming. They're going to kill off at one of these guys.
I was like,
and I thought maybe it was Toby because he's like, I'm too old for
He
this.
Harrison Forded
and
himself.
he said, yep, that's what I was thinking. I was like, look, I'll do it if I get this badass
If you
moment
get to
in the
kill
film.
me.
If I die triumphantly or something like that, and everybody's sad over me. But no, it doesn't really go that way. The fucking film.
He's like,
Psych!
I've been stabbed before.
I've been stabbed before. It's
I've
fine.
been stabbed before, right? And Andrew helps him, Andrew Garfield, and he seems he's going to be all right. In fact, they make a point to show that, although he was hunched over and helping him up at first, in the final scene, he's actually standing on his own to show you, hey, don't worry, Toby's fine. Yeah, and so, but then in that instance, Tom Holland stabs him in the neck with the serum that's going to cure him, and it does cure him, and he realizes, oh my God, what have I done? And so at that point, all the villains are rehabilitated, except for Electro, really?
No.
Well, he has his power taken away.
He has his power taken away, and maybe he realizes he's been a fucking dick. Lizard Man gets converted back to his human form. And if you want to talk about the villains that got the less screen time and they didn't really contribute much, it was Lizard Man.
Yeah.
But I do
Yeah,
like
it's
the
fine.
fact that he was in there because you do need some extra stuff, and I didn't feel anything was lost. So yeah, everybody goes back to their own universes.
But we get that scene though when Doctor Strange is trying to keep everything together.
Oh, correct.
And then it's like all these villains are coming. I don't know if I thought I saw like the Scorpion guy
I
and the
thought
Hunter.
yeah.
The
Oh,
Hunter.
get outta
and you see
here.
like various ones.
I was doing.
'Cause he
I,
said they're
I was
coming.
trying to look, and I kept looking in the wrong areas because once I would catch a flash of something, and it would be gone before I was able
Well,
to
I
see
saw
it.
like a Scorpion tail.
Fuck you, I wanna
see it. I
And then
wanna
it's
see
gotta
that.
be like I saw a guy
I'll
with
have
like
to
a
watch
look
it
like
again.
a Triton or something. I was like, maybe it's a Hunter. I don't know. But there's like, yeah, they're all coming.
Cool.
It's like we need to fix
Who
this
knows
now.
who
Yeah.
Spider-Man is? And
All the villains
but
are coming
here's the
now.
thing: there's one plot hole that maybe y'all guys can help. It doesn't make any sense in the post-credit scene.
Yes, of course it doesn't make any sense.
So Tom Hardy is shown in the post-credit scene. Holland.
Hardy.
No,
Well, he's there.
What the fuck are you talking about? It's
He's
Hardy.
talking about
Oh,
Hardy.
you're talking about the
Yeah,
post.
Tom Hardy
Mid-credit.
is there in the mid-credit scene, and he had been pulled into this universe. Now, we saw that at the end of the Sony film, and we were like, oh, is that when, like, Doctor Strange fucks things up? You're right. But Tom Hardy's Venom doesn't know who Spider-Man is.
No.
So how did he get pulled in?
It doesn't make sense. And how did he
That
only
doesn't
get
make
partially
sense.
pulled out?
I was hoping that y'all would know but it's a plot hole then, unless
'Cause he's
it's
great.
been unrevealed or the stupid line from the symbiote that I've been across many worlds before or something, and maybe the symbiote has come across Spider-Man.
No, the symbiote's not
Didn't he say
multiversal.
something about.
He's been in a bunch of worlds, but he's not multiversal.
I thought it was in his speech.
'Cause he's a
That's the
great
only way it
journalist.
works, though. That's the only way it
journalist,
works.
and he put it together.
No, because
It
it has to
doesn't
do
make
with
any
Doctor
sense.
Strange, and anything with Doctor Strange in it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
You're thinking about it too much.
You can't think about
I'm
the
not
story.
thinking about it too much.
And then
I
the
wanna know
symbiote
what
is
the
left
fuck
behind, and that doesn't make
Right.
any sense either.
So I was mad at that because I was like, and it's a funny scene because he's like, wait, so there's all these heroes here in this world, they're all open and doing their thing, and they got stupid names. He's like, Venom's like, see, I told you Lethal Protector wasn't stupid because they thought Hulk was really stupid. And I was like, this is so fucking awesome. This is a great way to get him in the universe. Boop. He blips back out.
But he
yeah, because he
leaves a
knew
little
who
speck.
Spider-Man was.
I was like,
Or-
what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. And why would you tease us like that in the last film that we're going to see the actor Tom Hardy meet the actor Tom Holland? I mean, their versions of these characters together just to blip them out. So, and then if you're telling me, no, Joe, it's actually a reversal, it is a planning, then they'll just, why would they even do it like that? Because it's even more convoluted to then say, okay, well, we do want Tom Hardy, so now we have to find a way to bring him back across the universe with another fucking spell. That wouldn't work. So he leaves a little symbiote villain, doo-doo symbiote, and it's going to be a different Venom. It can't materialize and then also materialize Tom Hardy's DNA and make a human being.
No, it just takes over the host.
No, it takes over the host. That's what it is.
doesn't make-
So I'm really fucking pissed if I think about it, if they're not going to go with Tom Hardy as the Venom. I wanted to see Tom Hardy's Venom meet Spider-Man's Venom. Now, technically, Tom Hardy's Venom is going to meet Tom Holland's Spider-Man
They need to
just
figure out how the
without
fuck to do that.
Tom Hardy.
yeah, but I want Tom Hardy.
And I still waiting for my moment. I called it many years ago that Venom likes the Spider-Man motif so much that that's when he makes it all the white veins into his own logo of the fucking
It would have been
Venom
amazing
tarantula.
if Venom and Topher Grace were there.
Don't you
No, why
ever
not?
wish for Topher Grace's
Why
Venom to
not?
be there because that was the worst Venom
It
ever.
could have been just like
And
them
then-
drinking. Is like, yeah, I don't.
They
think
asked-
he's-
He's drunk in the
Yeah,
background.
they're
It's just
both
Topher
drunk.
Grace, actual Topher
Yeah.
Grace. Just
That'd be
like,
cool.
Just drunk.
Uncredited.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I would
yeah,
like that.
I didn't get no respect either. Something stupid, but that would be kind of funny.
I take it back. That would have been
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, scene still doesn't make any sense.
Nice.
but
Clip. I'm just saying, not the. I don't want to see him in this universe.
Well,
If he
no,
gets
just for a
transported
joke.
back, sure.
Obviously, just for a
Man, that would have
joke.
been great.
Yeah.
Topher Grace. I think even Mary Jane wanted to be in it. What's the first Mary Jane? What's her name?
Kristen Dunst.
Kristen
Kristen
Dunst,
Dunst.
yeah.
Yeah, she was asked about it. She said she would have done it.
Hmm.
But yeah, so that was the first one. Then the second one is the trailer for the Multiverse of Madness, where we get a reveal of that film
he
is going
fucked
to
up.
have an evil Doctor Strange in it. And he
waiting for
fucked
the
up.
monocle and,
And he's going to meet up with
big beard.
Wanda from WandaVision and discuss the multiverse and try to
Yeah.
figure it out.
How did you like the whole everyone's going to forget about you? I mean, I understand what they're setting up, but did you like the final
okay,
spell?
so then we have to do the final scene here. He does the final spell, which is able to then close all the portals back up, send everybody where they're supposed to go. Unfortunately, his best friend, Ned, and his girlfriend, Mary Jane, have no idea who he was. I thought they were going to go with drop a hint that she remembers or something, but no, they just don't fucking remember. And he's rehearsing a line. He's gonna tell her everything, and she says, "I love you." Before this stuff happens, he says, "I love," and she's like, "Don't finish. Tell me you love me when you see me again and you explain it to me." And he decides not to explain it to her. Why?
Keep her safe.
Yep.
Yep. And he realizes
what
they're
you gotta
going to
do.
MIT together. He doesn't want to fuck their lives up again. And so this is
too dangerous,
It almost
man.
felt like a fresh start. Like I was like, oh fuck, are we just not going to see Tom Holland anymore since nobody knows that that's Peter Parker? And it's already been announced. Tom Holland is going to do more Spider-Man films because this film could have wrapped it up.
Because
in a
Nathan
nice
Drake's
way.
going to fail
No.
fucking
With the-
miserably. He's going to need something to do.
with the bow, it could have been wrapped
We'll
up. But no,
see.
we're going to see more. And eventually he can. I mean, isn't he in their class?
No.
I
He's taking the GED from home.
Yeah, you see that book.
yeah.
So he's not going to go to high school
What about
anymore.
Ned though and his powers?
Yeah, that was hinted at that Ned had some powerful abilities. He might still have
But
that.
he's dumb.
I mean, it's just a fun little thing, Joe. I don't think there's be like Ned is going to get his own character in the future.
Well, no,
I think in the comics he actually
I was
does.
not expecting that at all.
Ned needs or Ned he actually turns into one of the hobgoblins or something like that, but he was brainwashed or something. I don't think that storyline is going to happen here. That was just a fun little thing that when he got the
ring, and he's like, I want to see Peter Parker.
His family is magical.
And
A tiny inert.
So
child.
there's a comic book where he turns evil.
Yeah.
And-
And then
okay,
they
that's
kills him.
that's probably why I made the joke.
Oh,
yeah.
there's another joke. That's right.
He's like, well, I promise I won't kill you. Or
Right,
like,
because he
turn
asked
against you or
Andrew
something.
about his
Yeah, he's like, I
friend
have my
or
best friend.
Toby. He asks, and yeah, he's my friend. Tried to kill me and stuff, and that was a cool scene because he was like, "Nah, I won't do that. I promise." He's like announcing.
Well,
Why when he was using the ring when he's like, hey, show me Peter Parker, and then they show the wrong one. Oh, show me Peter Parker, and then they both come in and he's like, man, how will we find this other Peter Parker? It's like, you got the No? You don't want to do that anymore?
no,
Okay.
we don't do it.
Yeah.
It's limited.
Oh, you're going to use it twice?
Yes.
Okay.
So, great fight between Spider-Man and Doctor Strange in the Mirrorverse.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it. And he's like, because Spider-Man in this, I'm glad they don't treat Spider-Man like a fucking punk. Like he's going to get his ass kicked. Because Spider-Man is a heavyweight. And you can even see he's a heavyweight, even an inexperienced kid Spider-Man. Because he's able to kind of outsmart and come up with something. Because you're in his fucking domain. You're in Doctor Strange's mirror universe. All of his magic. Of course, he's trying to go light on you because you're a kid. But still, to be like, all right, geometry, okay, math. You know what's cool? You know what's better than magic?
I
Math.
hated that line.
Don't agree with it. I thought it was
hated
funny.
that line.
I liked
It's
it.
stupid.
It makes sense from
Magic
Peter Parker.
is way better
Peter
than
Parker's
math.
a fucking geek nerd math guy, so I thought it worked.
Yeah, that's funny.
I would choose math.
Yeah, they
so
did
that
well
was
for
cool.
Spider-Man in that scene, but again, they did Doctor Strange a little dirty.
Yeah,
And goddamn,
just
boy,
behind the scenes, but
the fucking Green Goblin, just when they were pounding each other through the fucking
It was like a
walls
fucking wrestling
and the
match.
He's just watching a lot of
fucking
MMA.
wrestling
He's just
I
like
was
lifting his ass up.
yeah, he
and
just
throwing.
picked him
Fucking
up,
loved
sidewalk,
it,
slam,
dude.
power bomb. I was like,
This,
oh my god,
this is great.
It was so good,
action.
yeah.
And then, just
great.
wonderful.
it's again. I'm gonna watch this. Y'all need
I
to
will want
support
to.
it
I
again.
want to watch this again.
Yeah, start going back to
That's
the movie.
10 out
Be
of
safe,
10.
but start going back to the movie
Yeah.
theater.
Let's make movies like this.
Yeah, dude, the MCU. I don't give a fuck if they, everybody's there's only, they need to stop making superhero films. Fuck off. If they make them as good as this, I'm down for them. There's gonna be some that are bad,
Yeah.
and there's gonna be some that are good. And this is why we're calling out one of the good ones. Go out and see
Yeah.
Spider-Man: No Way Home. Yeah.
Yep.
No Way Home.
Spider-Man homeless.
Homecoming. Yeah, no Way
not
Home.
that
This
one.
is way
No,
better than the other two films, in my
Yes.
opinion. Okay, so let's. I don't want to miss anything.
He's got his own place now.
Which
was great.
Jay Jameson was funny. He's just being himself. I thought, man, could we get this guy on Spider-Man's side? Nope, that's not his thing. Even after the mind wipe, he goes back to hating Spider-Man because he hasn't revealed his identity.
He's a
So
coward.
he hated him when his identity was revealed, showing that he's a hypocrite. He's just always going to hate Spider-Man. So, and then he hates him when his identity is hidden back again.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's it. Where do you think they're gonna go with that Venom symbiote? Are they gonna do Secret Wars and do it in reverse, which it's like the symbiote attaches to Peter, right? And he uses the Venom symbiote for a little while. Because you remember, Secret Wars, Peter had the black suit at first and then went to the red and blue. Maybe they'll do it reverse, where the symbiote attaches to Peter, then he
Are we gonna have like a road
separates
trip
from it.
with the symbiote because he's in Mexico? Road trip time.
Yeah.
to
Is
that
New
where he's
York.
at?
Yeah, he's in
Yeah,
Mexico.
he's in Mexico. So
Yeah.
he's gonna go to host to host to host to all the way to New York.
I don't fucking
Yes.
know. So you guys give me ideas.
Road trip with
What do you
Venom.
think they're gonna do?
Is it? Or do I think Marvel's going to do or Sony's going to do?
Both.
If Sony is in charge, they're going to do the worst thing possible, make it PG, and I'm not going to like it. If
Yes.
Marvel does
No,
it, who knows?
no, you're misunderstanding because y'all are trying to do both in the same storyline. Sony is gonna continue their Venom film,
are
Marvel is going to
underperforming. I don't
continue
like
their
'em.
Venom in Spider-Man's MCU. So what are they going to do with Venom in Spider-Man's MCU? Do you think that symbiote's going to attach to Peter Parker, or is it going to go to Flash Thompson? You know, are they going to do that? Where I just don't like the Flash Thompson character very much in Tom Holland's universe. They use him for comedy here again. He makes it into MIT where nobody else does. He has a book because I kept saying like nobody would be fucking broke. Even like Spider-Man, he could. He's the most notorious one, and he's like broke. No, you can make money from it.
Also, the Stark family practically adopted him,
exactly. and he's got no money.
I like this is one of the things. It works in the other universes where there is no connection. In this one, it does. You will never have me believe that any of these people are broke.
Right. Yep.
And if they don't get into school, it's like, cool, we'll just go immediately work for Stark.
And then the school is like, no, we don't want Spider-Man. We don't want a hero to be in our school. No, I don't buy that shit either,
Oh, Pepper's just going to immediately not take care of you all of a sudden?
No.
She hates you now?
She doesn't know who you are.
Anyways, so I personally think, I guess that symbiote, if they're not doing Tom Hardy, they're going to do the symbiote with Spider-Man, and that will be Spider-Man's new film.
Flash goes to Mexico as a celebration to getting into MIT. And then it'll attach to him, and then he'll go back home.
I hope not. I don't want to see. That's going to be worse than Topher Grace's
I don't
Venom.
see him as a villain.
That would fuck everything up. Tom Hardy or Riot.
Well, maybe he just is the courier to get him from one place to another.
Not Riot. Tom Venom.
Yeah.
Not Riot.
No, not the other one.
Tom Hardy or Riot. Not Riot. We don't like
not
Riot.
No.
And not Tom Hardy's Carnage either. Don't like that one. So maybe we can get the good Carnage.
I didn't like
in the MCU.
I didn't like the Venom. I didn't like Venom 2. I didn't like any of those.
And then back on the Venom side, I guess they'll continue the whole Tom Hardy is, his wife is with somebody else, and he's kind of cucked, and then he's sad and depressed.
That's why he got drunk.
They make jokes.
Yeah,
that's why he's drunk.
I don't really see where Sony goes with their.
Sony doesn't even know where they're going.
Sony does not plan the next scene.
They're
not planning the next
Carnage.
movie.
So I don't know. You're gonna have to. Your guess is as good as ours. Give us a good guess. I think Secret Wars in reverse, and then they have to get Tom Hardy back. But it's so stupid. What push him back? Only to come up with some crazy reason.
Well,
maybe the symbiote can go through universes.
Peter Parker.
The symbiote knows Peter Parker somehow.
Nuh-uh.
I don't fucking know. Tell us. Anyways, that's it for us.
Yes.
Thank you all so much for watching. I'm sure we missed some cool little Easter eggs and little things like that. But
one more,
this
actually.
film,
Jamie Foxx was like, well, you were helping everyone. I figured you were black. There's got to be a black Spider-Man. I was like, Miles.
Perfect.
Okay,
Thank you.
Remember that one.
Yeah. Miles Morales.
Everything
and I do
else
think they'll eventually bring in Miles, and we'll get more, into the Spider-Verse. We've already started seeing that. Remember Nicolas Cage? Don't forget, there's a Nicolas Cage Spider-Man out there as well.
The noir one.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get the pig one?
No.
There's pig. Oh, I don't know if any of those will come in live action, but I do know that I would like to see a live action Miles Morales. That would be cool.
Yes.
So maybe they planted a seed for that.
That's
and
it.
Puerto Rican. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to Surfshark for sponsoring our video. Thank you to you guys for supporting our show. We've got some new merch. Alex has got his shirt. This is one thing that he didn't hate. Haters of Alex's hate. He actually liked this one. But if you want to let people know that you hate it without saying anything, get an Alex shirt.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you all so much, and we will see you on the next Angry Joe Show.
Bye guys.